How is it impacting the situation, the ongoing COVID response, the business sentiment? I read, according to the Chamber of Commerce, its pulse survey out this week had some devastating morale effects, at least, of COVID, even though there aren't lockdowns as we speak in Queensland.
The CCIQ pulse, it comes out all the time. It's probably the most recognised survey in terms of business sentiment, and you've seen a substantial drop for the first time really through COVID. And that's because Queensland is a net beneficiary of business from the other states. So Gold Coast, my town, 80% of tourists come from Sydney and Melbourne. So with them locked down, it's quite devastating, the impact, and you're seeing this reflected. The Premier, the answer is quite simple, Kieran. The Premier just needs to come out and endorse the national plan that the Prime Minister has rolled out. What happens at 70%? What happens at 80%? When restrictions will ease?
But just on that survey, though, I was reading through the impact on mental health, and it says that close to half of all Queensland business owners, all their staff, saying it was contributing to mental health challenges. So we know we've been talking about the impact on kids at school, but for small business owners, SMEs, small and medium business owners,
it's huge. You'll also
huge uncertainty.
You'll find in the survey too, it also says that many small business owners are having to draw on savings to actually keep their business afloat. The average draw on savings is $110,000. And when a small to medium enterprise, when they talk about savings, they're talking about their house, Kieran, because that's the only asset that they put up. They're talking about drawing on whatever they've paid off on their house to keep their business alive.
When you say you want the Queensland government to endorse the Doherty, the National Cabinet Plan,
yes,
the Doherty modelling, 70, 80%.
Correct.
Fundamentally, they've already agreed to it at National Cabinet, haven't they? But they're quibbling over the fact that we do have larger numbers in New South Wales. Can you understand the fact that they are having second thoughts, given the outbreak, which is nearly 1,000 in the last 24 hours?
No, I can't understand it, and I don't accept it. We've got a national plan. States and premiers agreed. It's a national plan as a contract with the Australian people. It gives the Australian people certainty and confidence, including business, on what happens at 70% and what happens at 80%. And we may be at those numbers in the coming months. There's no time, but with vaccinations at 300,000 a day, we may be there quicker than we think. So businesses need to plan. Families need to plan. We need certainty, and certainty leads to confidence.
Do you think there's been a shift in the overall political, equation? As I said to you, Annastacia Palaszczuk re-elected with a big majority, Mark McGowan, Emperor Mark. There's only 2 Liberals in the whole of the parliament. These have been very popular leaders with their shut the borders mentality. Are we going to see a shift in the political discussion here? Because we know your federal election's coming up soon.
Shift's happening now, Kieran. The difference between...
Are people willing to accept COVID cases in the community? That's
yes.
The bottom line.
The difference between, at times, good or popular policy and not so, sometimes comes down to a date, i.e. when it's announced. And right now, and you've seen it, you've seen Mr Albanese doing a conversion on the road to Maribyrnong, a bright shining light, suddenly realised the national plan is the way to go, because Australians need certainty right now. Premiers need to back the national plan in.
Employment Minister Stuart Robert, appreciate your time as always. Thanks.